Let's get right into it. Number 10. Your memories can be inherited. You're terrified of spiders even though you've never had a bad experience with one. Turns out that fear might not be yours at all. Scientists have discovered that memories can be passed down through DNA. Your great-great-grandpa's trauma got accidentally saved in your genetic code. When someone goes through something really intense, it can actually change their DNA. Imagine your DNA is like a massive book of instructions for building you. When something traumatic happens, someone goes through that book with a highlighter, marking certain pages as super important. Those highlighted parts get copied into your kids' books, and their kids' books, and so on. Scientists tested this on mice. They exposed mice to the smell of cherry blossoms while giving them small electric shocks. Eventually, these mice became terrified of cherry blossoms. Their babies, who had never experienced the shocks, were also scared of cherry blossoms. Even their grandchildren were afraid of that smell. These mice were passing down a family memo saying, "Cherry blossoms are bad news. Stay away. You might have an unexplainable fear of water, and you have no idea why. Your great-great-grandmother almost drowned, and now your DNA is carrying around her water safety memo. That fear might not even be yours. It could be a hand-me-down from an ancestor you've never met." Number 9. The universe is actively disappearing. Imagine waking up one day and finding out half your neighbors just vanished. Not moved away, just disappeared without a trace. That's basically what's happening to our universe right now. We used to think the universe would eventually slow down and maybe even come back together after the Big Bang. But nope, turns out the universe is more like a really messy breakup. Everything's running away from us, and it's only getting faster. Galaxies are disappearing, not like hiding behind something. They're literally becoming invisible to us forever. Right now, about 100 billion galaxies are already too far away for us to ever reach or see again. It's like they've blocked us on every cosmic social media platform possible. Every second, another chunk of the universe crosses what scientists call the cosmic horizon. Think of it like a cosmic point of no return. Once a galaxy crosses that line, its light will never reach us again, ever. By the time our sun dies, 94% of the galaxies we can see today will be gone forever. Future astronomers will look up at the sky and see basically nothing. They'll think the universe is empty, except for our local galaxy group. Imagine trying to study the ocean, but you can only see what's in your bathtub. That's what future scientists will be dealing with. We're literally living in the last generation that can see most of the universe. Talk about FOMO on a cosmic scale. Number 8. The germs in your gut control your brain. Scientists recently discovered that the bacteria in your gut are secretly pulling your mental strings. You're basically just an Uber driver for trillions of tiny backseat drivers. These microscopic manipulators produce chemicals that mess with your mood, cravings, and even your thoughts. You've got about 100 trillion bacteria living in your gut right now. That's more bacteria than there are stars in our galaxy. These little guys aren't just hanging out. They're running a full-scale chemical factory in there, pumping out neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, the very happy chemicals that control your mood. In fact, about 90% of your body's serotonin is made by gut bacteria. So when you're feeling down, it might not be because you had a bad day. It might be because your gut bacteria are having a bad day. These bacteria can actually make you crave certain foods, like when you suddenly need chocolate at 3 a.m. That's not you. That's your gut bacteria demanding a midnight snack. Scientists even did an experiment where they took gut bacteria from anxious mice and put them in calm mice. The calm mice became anxious. It's like these bacteria are tiny anxiety merchants, selling stress wholesale to your brain. So next time you make a bad decision, you can blame it on your gut bacteria. Sorry, I bought 5 pizzas. My bacteria made me do it. Number 7. Your brain censors reality. You're living in a simulation right now. Not like the Matrix, but something way weirder created by your own mind. Your brain is basically a really aggressive movie editor that's cutting out most of reality before you even see it. What you think you're seeing is actually a heavily edited highlight reel. Your eyes take in about 11 million bits of information every single second, but your conscious mind only processes about 40 bits. That means 99.99% of reality is getting deleted before you even know it exists. It's like having a friend who watches a 3-hour movie and just tells you, "Guy meets girl, stuff explodes." Right now, you probably can't see your nose. It's right there in the middle of your face, but your brain decided long ago that seeing your nose all the time would be annoying, so it just edited it out. Your brain is also filling in huge blind spots in your vision. There's actually a spot in each of your eyes where you're completely blind, where the optic nerve connects to your retina, but you never notice it because your brain just makes up what it thinks should be there. It's like having a personal Photoshop artist in your head, constantly touching up reality. Scientists also found that your brain can retroactively decide what you experienced. When something unexpected happens, your brain quickly rewrites your memory to make it seem like you saw it coming. So next time someone tells you to face reality, remember you're not seeing reality at all. You're seeing your brain's greatest hits compilation, edited for your viewing pleasure. Number 6. Neanderthals weren't dumb. We've been calling Neanderthals dumb cavemen forever. Turns out we were the dumb ones all along. Scientists have found that Neanderthals were actually pretty sophisticated. They made jewelry, created art, and even had their own version of healthcare. While we're still arguing about insurance coverage, Neanderthals were taking care of their sick and elderly without paperwork. These guys weren't just grunting and bonking each other on the head with clubs. They had complex social structures and probably better work-life balance than most of us. No one's ever found a Neanderthal PowerPoint presentation, so they were clearly doing something right. They made their own jewelry. Not just random rocks on strings either. We're talking carefully crafted eagle talons turned into necklaces. Meanwhile, most of us can barely thread a needle without stabbing ourselves. They also painted caves with some pretty impressive art. And no, it wasn't just stick figures fighting mammoths. They used different colors and even made handprints like a prehistoric Instagram. Scientists think they even had their own form of language. The real kicker is we didn't wipe them out like we thought. Most non-African people today have about 2% Neanderthal DNA. So next time you can't find your car keys, maybe blame your Neanderthal genes. Perhaps we should stop using Neanderthal as an insult, because somewhere there's probably a Neanderthal ghost looking at our society thinking, these guys really messed up. Number 5. We might all be Martians. Turns out we might all be aliens who crash-landed on Earth. That red planet you see in the sky might be our real homeland. Scientists have a theory called lithopanspermia. It's basically cosmic hitchhiking. Life jumped from Mars to Earth on a meteorite. Think of Mars as Earth's older brother who moved out first. Back when both planets were young, Mars actually had better conditions for life than Earth did. It had water, nice temperatures, and all the ingredients needed to cook up some life. Meanwhile, Earth was hot, messy, and definitely not ready for life. About 4 billion years ago, Mars got hit by some huge space rocks. The impact was so strong it sent chunks of Mars flying into space. Some of these chunks had tiny microbes in them. These tough little guys survived the trip through space, protected inside their rock spaceship. Eventually, some of these Martian rocks crash-landed on Earth. Life had a new home. The craziest part is we've actually found Martian meteorites on Earth, and some of them show signs that they once contained organic molecules. So next time someone asks where you're from, you can technically say Mars. Number 4. Junk DNA actually runs the show. For decades, scientists thought only 2% of our DNA actually did anything. The other 98% was dismissed as junk DNA, supposedly leftover garbage from evolution, like digital files you never deleted. Turns out that was about as wrong as calling your TV remote useless plastic. That junk DNA is actually running the whole show. Your genes are like apps on your phone. That junk DNA is the operating system telling those apps when to turn on, when to shut down, and how to work together. Scientists found out this useless DNA is actually a massive control panel with millions of switches. It's like finding out the blank pages in your notebook are actually covered in invisible ink with all the answers. This junk tells your brain cells to be brain cells and your skin cells to be skin cells. When this control panel gets messed up, things go really wrong. It's like having a glitch in your phone's operating system. Suddenly, none of your apps work right. This discovery is a complete game changer, helping us understand countless diseases that we never could before. It totally ruins our old, simple idea of what makes us who we are. Number 3. There are forbidden planets. Astronomers just discovered planets that straight up shouldn't exist according to our rules of how solar systems work. They're calling them forbidden planets. It's like finding a snowman in the middle of a desert. One of these is a gas giant called NGTS-1b. This planet is almost as big as Jupiter, but it orbits a tiny red dwarf star that's only half the size of our sun. Everything we know about making planets says this is impossible. The star is way too small to have enough material to form such a massive planet. It's like your neighbor's Chihuahua giving birth to a Great Dane. There's another forbidden planet called K2-33b. This planet is huge and super close to its star, and it's only 11 million years old. That's like a baby in planet years. The scientific rulebook says it should take hundreds of millions of years for a planet this big to form. But there it is, like a toddler who somehow grew to be 7 feet tall. These discoveries are forcing scientists to completely rethink how planets form. form. It's like finding out everything you learned in school was made up by teachers who were winging it. And these are just the forbidden planets we've found so far. Number 2. The Sahara Desert used to be a green paradise. Imagine waking up one day and finding out your neighborhood turned into a desert overnight. That's basically what happened to the Sahara Desert, just on a much bigger scale. Scientists recently found evidence that the world's biggest hot desert used to be a lush paradise. We're not talking about millions of years ago either. Just 6,000 years ago, the Sahara was more like an African savanna, complete with rivers, lakes, and grasslands. They found rock paintings of people swimming in what's now the middle of the desert. These ancient artists also drew hippos, crocodiles, and elephants, animals you'd never expect in a place that now gets less rain in a year than Las Vegas gets in a day. The change from green paradise to endless sand didn't take thousands of years. It happened in just a few centuries. That's like going from the Amazon rainforest to Death Valley in the time it takes for 3 to 4 generations to pass. Scientists think it was caused by a slight shift in Earth's orbit that changed the weather patterns. Just a tiny wobble in our planet's axis, and an area bigger than the United States went from being a green haven to the barren wasteland we know today. Number 1. The Cosmic Bruise. Imagine finding a huge bruise on your arm and not remembering how it got there. That's basically what happened to our universe. Scientists found a massive cold spot in space that absolutely shouldn't be there. It's 1.8 billion light-years across and colder than the rest of the universe. One theory is that this cold spot might be a bruise from where our universe bumped into another universe. Imagine being a fish in a pond. Your whole world is that pond. That's all you know exists. But if your pond bumped into another pond, you'd see a weird disturbance in the water, but you wouldn't know what caused it. We can see this cold spot, this bruise, but we can't see what caused it. Because whatever hit us might exist outside our universe. If this theory is right, our universe isn't the only one out there. We could be part of a multiverse, a vast sea of bubble universes, occasionally bumping into each other in the dark. And if our universe bumped into another one once, it could happen again. It's like driving on a highway where you can't see the other cars until they hit you. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.